And hello, welcome back to the stream. It is your host, Marley Startled, and we are now going to be continuing the Ultimate General Civil War Union campaign where we left off last time. It's been a while since I've played it, so I'll have to have a little recap of what I'm doing, but it shouldn't be too bad. So where were we? Okay, so that's the only save. Let's hope it's the right save, otherwise we're going to have a bad time. Let's take a look at the map. So I've got to fight two battles, one at Beowulf and Chickamauga. Okay, let's take a look at our armies. Most are pretty good. In fact, most of them are full strength again, which is really good. Looks like we've maintained our unit size, which is good as well, which means that we can continue on and not have any significant issues with our armies. Even though I believe in the previous battle we had significant casualties, but I think from playing the skirmishes and that and the smaller battles, we're back where we need to be. So let's first play Beowulf, and then we'll move on to Chickamauga, a battle I don't particularly enjoy. So the siege of Vicksburg has ended, and now the Union armies can be assigned other expeditions across the country. We have been ordered to capture Little Rock, Arkansas, and add it to the list of conquered towns that have seceded from the Union. One cavalry division is already advancing towards Beowulf. There are strongly entrenched Confederates behind the Arkansas River. If we repulse those forces, then Little Rock will fall easily, and the southerners west of the Mississippi River will be demoralized and separated from the Confederate lands. And there we are. So this looks like it's going to be a frontal charge. Not a fan of frontal charges, but hey ho, it is what it is. We'll pick the first call, because always first call, best call. And we'll see where we go. Oh, I hate this map. Yeah, so this map is very limited engagement. Very awkward because you can't really frontally charge up the main hill because of how steep it is. And because they're well fortified as well, you're going to be constantly struggling to push forward. But there's not a lot we can do about that. And this is slowly becoming what the Union campaign, as the campaign goes on, you'll start having constant sieges and never-ending battles. So look forward to that. I mean, I suppose we could try and cross up here. I've never actually tried to cross up here. Normally I like to go over, flank up here, push over and push over there. But I don't think we'll be doing that now. Looks like we've got some more reinforcements on the right, so I don't see why we don't just do a wide flanking maneuver. And as you can see, it's just constant fortifications, a massive uphill penalties. It's altogether not an enjoyable time. So we're going to move everything around, move the cannons up, move the infantry up, just a little bit, not too much, and begin the flank. Turn it on 2-speed. So we're going to retreat these guys just back a little bit. And everyone else is going to start moving up again. Ah, they're still firing on me. Make sure not to run yet and use up all their condition. That cannon's going to have to go back a bit as well now, because it's going to get lit up. Now it looks like there's more fortifications. Gee golly. Great. Start running now. Good, good. Oh, is it empty? Yes, it is. Charge! Get across. Oh, it's not empty. Well, you know what we have to do now. The push. And then over on the right. Let's start flanking round. This is gonna hurt, but there's not much we can do about it. Start moving these guys forward. Now that we've got them on a flank. Good. Start moving these guys round this way. Start moving up everyone as quickly as possible. Get on top of that hill before they can reinforce. Ouch. And everyone else can start moving down here. I'm going to see if I can get these cannons. It's unlikely, but I can dream, Harold, I can dream. We'll leave one guy here just to hold just in case. And everyone else can start moving up. This is where we got to break through. Great push. That should be enough. Halt 1. Keep going. Bring this round. Bring this round. Quickly now, quickly. And that's how you break. This is like mass assault. Not fun at all. No one likes a mass assault. That's one of many to come. Oh gosh, I really want to play Napoleon Total War again. I've got a craving to play it, but then I've got to install the mod and get it working again. It's just a pain in the ass. Now we just have to wait, and we should be good. And that was that. Another glorious frontal charge by the Union. Not too many casualties either, which is nice. I wonder if I can just get my guys on there. There we are. My cavalry will just keep on charging back and forth. And a glorious victory. Only 4,000 casualties, which is pretty good for those sort of frontal charge maps. And immediately replen. Oh, immediately, first things first, put some more into training. Oh, can't do it anymore. Economy then. I've got plenty of manpower, so there's no need to be a skimper.
Sir, yes, sir!
There we are. But money's a bit tight now, so we're going to be a bit careful with the money front. And then everything else is good to go. That's good. And that gives me 6,000 more boys to spend. I suppose I'll create another corps. Just for general infantry. And some artillery at the end. What captured artillery have we got? Plenty of those, so let's do that. 20 of those. There we are. And I can upgrade you, apparently, so you're going to be trainer. So, I think everyone's still got pretty good weapons. I don't think we need to upgrade these weapons anymore. What about you guys? How's your weapons? I mean, you got pretty garbage weapons there. But I can't afford to buy any more, so I think we're stuck for now. Harper's Ferries, we've got Harper's Ferries for days, happy with that. Springfields, alright, this is the crappy Springfields, so this is where our upgrade ends, so let's start upgrading with better Springfields. Let's buy, I can't buy Mississippi. We've got Tyler, Texas we can use. And we got a load of Harper's Ferries again. What was the Tyler, Texas? Cost-effective rifle, available in small numbers due to being produced by a privately owned business in Texas. Ah, okay. Looks like I won't be able to make any more of those. And there, we'll leave it at that. Suppose I could spend more money in that, but there's no point. So let's save the game. Let's do Chickamauga. Now, Chickamauga is pretty much hell for if you're playing as a Confederacy, because it artificially limits you to only 2 corps, whereas the Union has a significantly larger amount of troops by the second day. It's a very difficult game, battle for Confederacy. Very easy as the Union, because all you do is really defend to get a draw and only attack a few positions to get a victory. But it is really is the last check for the Confederacy before you move on to take Washington, and it's a very costly battle which you do have to win just to make back the losses from fighting it. So we've sent 2 corps to drive off the Confederate Army of Tennessee under General Braxton Bragg from Middle Tennessee. General Bragg withdrew without giving a fight, possibly because his army was under strength. Early September 1863, we renewed our offensive and attempted to encircle and trap Bragg in the city of Chattanooga. Bragg again retreated without fighting us, but he seems now determined to reoccupy Chattanooga, which has a large strategic importance because of its train station. As we followed Bragg's army south, our scouts have reported that he received strong reinforcements from Virginia, concentrated his army, and marches to attack us while our forces are divided. We must delay his advance, assemble our army, and retreat in one body to Chattanooga via the Lafayette Road. There we go. Let's do it. Chasing, yeah, chasing. Yeah. And yeah, there's just there's a lot going on, but it's not particularly relevant. So this is just a skirmish phase. Your job is just to defend and buy time. You don't actually need to hold these objectives, which is rather amusing. You can just chill. And this is going to be pretty easy to hold. Yep, it's just a waiting game. Let's set the scene. And because none of these are actual troops, you can discard them as you see fit. I'm now going to chase these guys the entire way. make sure it doesn't reform. How do you get reinforcements, did we? Oh, we got cav. That's not really reinforcements, though, is it? It's garbage. We're just going to keep chasing it. Stop them reforming. Yay, another plan to charge. And there is those reinforcements, which are a complete nightmare. Fortunately, there's nothing you can do. You just gotta hold as long as you can and just inflict as much damage as possible. Now, sadly, they've routed behind us, which is quite a problem. So I may have to accept the fact that I won't be able to do any more damage to this this core. Hello, Greg. It's been a while. I don't think you do own this crossing, but okay. Random cav that's come out of nowhere. Classic. I don't know if you can win this battle if you hold both positions. I never have because of how difficult it is, but I suspect if you're a god gamer you might be able to pull it off. Fine. Over here. This is not fine. But remember, these aren't my own troops, so I couldn't care less. Interesting, charging skirmishes. Didn't see that coming. Oh, you learn something new every day. This is lost, but hey ho, it is what it is. Three, two, one. Yay! Move on to the next stage. Those units can just stay to the last man. Run, 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 run. Send one cannon down. What we're trying to do is just delay and slow. Yeah, advance. Now, I believe these are actual my troops, so I don't want to throw them away. These are my actual troops. What are we doing too early? Because now we can harass the advancing Confederate troops. Although perhaps it takes a bit too long. There's no all of us are scripted. I don't think you can lose this part of the battle. I never have, unless you perhaps lose every single position as the Union. And so this is this filler. Like you do these two parts of the battle, which you don't actually need to be successful in. Come on now. I really think I'm that silly? Come over here. That's right, I'll chase cavalry infantry, I don't care. Well, normally I've lost this by now, so I'm going to count that as a win. Little division marches to kill Alexander Bridge. Don't worry, they won't be able to do it. There you are, an immediate route. Hopefully we win this. We have. Good, good. That means we've pretty much won that part of the battle. How's morale? Okay, those guys are routed, that's a problem. That's also a problem. I've got Cav coming up behind me, that's 3 or 4 problems. Rolled into 1. That's alright, we'll be fine. This is under control now, so I'm going to send these guys up to stop this breakthrough. It looks like they've stopped themselves. You wanna fire at these guys? How about you fire at those guys? That's right, waste your bullets on my general. And now you do have to protect this river crossing, because normally what happens is they punch through here and slowly start walking eastwards, westwards down to flank you, as seen with this cavalry. But in this scenario, they didn't do a very good job of actually pushing, well, destroying my units, so my units just came back after a while. Up here though, they slaughtered everything, so you know, it swings and roundabouts really. Swings and roundabouts. And there you've got more troops moving down from the south. It's just all one delaying game. Come on now. You can win this. I'm moving this unit here just to protect the cannons. Because this cavalry is useless if these troops aren't in melee. And I mean useless. Another go? Okay. Hope that cannon's done enough. Whoa, you're very, very accurate at long range. I wonder what guns you're using. Yeah, and that's secured. Crisis averted, no more problems. Disposable units are getting wiped. What's your defense like? 100%, that's good. Normasis can clear a lot of my campaigns, but I think he must have spent most of his time wounded. The good thing about this position is that as soon as they get in the water, they take a massive amount of penalties. It's all about those terrain penalties, Brewer. You've done very badly. Cook. And then you proceed the next day. No matter what you do, unless you defend every position, which is almost impossible, you're always going to proceed to the next day. So, day 2 of Chickamauga. Managed to delay the Confederates and they stopped advancing for the night. Reinforcements have arrived to defend the Lafayette Road. We must hold until all our forces arrive. Confederate forces are also becoming stronger over time. One of your division commanders has scouted the ground north of their right flank. Last night, troops searching for water spotted a lone brigade guarding Jay's Mill. We should trap and destroy this isolated unit. There we go, we're marching down into this hellhole. And into this hellhole. And there's going to be more reinforcements. So this is the Highway of Death. This one here is the Highway of Death. Where there's just nothing but cannons and infantry when you play as Confederates. And this is where you intend to make a last-ditch defensive position. Now, the way the map is designed, it does bottleneck you down those 2 main roads because of the woods, which is very problematic. Ah, yes, the Highway of Death. And to get a victory, you need to hold Jay's Mill and hold Buffington Road. Or hold Horseshoe Ridge. I don't know where Horseshoe Ridge is, so we won't be doing that. Holy crap. Jesus. Just got guerrilla warfare there. Got bushwhacked. we are. Some cannons we need to deal with. But nothing we can't handle. More troops. Apparently the rear has been flanked, but I don't know how. Apart from that cavalry just being a general nuisance to me this entire time. Oh, skirmishers. I should really send troops out to deal with those skirmishers. But no one's got time for that. Yeah, because they're causing me mass routes. Right, holding those woods, because we're going to need to use you. You're going to just hold behind here and be my rear guard. Well, the good thing about the Union campaign is it is very lenient and forgiving at this stage of the war. Very unforgiving at the start, and then afterwards it gets easy mode. I'm going to leave one unit here to defend just in case, and then send the rest up and start flanking from the right, from the left, not the right. Boom. Run, 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 run. And finally we've dealt with the skirmishers. Whoa, 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 what are you guys doing, you potatoes? Literal lunatics. Yeah, that's so painfully obvious that was going to happen. Are you guys finally getting to a position where you can counter push? Yeah, just so many skirmishers getting in the way. There we are. And then we're going to try and contain their advance. So they're bottlenecked by that river. It's just about working. Apart from you standing in the way like an idiot. You have choice, Stockton. Do you either stand in wood line or stand in front of allies and get blown apart? I'll stand in front of the allies. As a general push, we've got a numbers advantage, they don't. There we have it. Not particularly a good strategic maneuver, but hey ho. It did the job. It did the job. So the battle is heating up. DH Hill's Corps has been spotted marching north from this road, which means cover time. Can't touch this. One, two. Now this is the absolute nightmare mode for when you're playing as Confederacy, because you've got to hold everywhere, and it's awful. You've got to like push everywhere, and it is disgusting. It is soul sucking. Because you've got to like push all the way from the south, all the way to the north in some mad charge to hold every objective. It's not fun, because you need to get all the way up here. I'm getting really fed up with that infantry. Got all the cannons up. Oh yeah, I need to turn on my performance mode. There we are. But even then, the it does lag a little bit. Some of the laggier levels because of the sheer scope. I've got to be careful with some of these units. They are getting close to routing, disintegrating. Just about winning. Oh, just about. Well, actually, we're very comfortable. Like, to win, I just need to hold all of these objectives, which I am doing rather easily. Although, that may be a flank, which I have to be careful about. Have I got too cocky here? I think I may have got too cocky here. Time to start sending up the troops. The cav. Yeah, I may have got a bit too cocky. I should have just held here, but I wanted to wipe the army. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. No, it's only enemy cav. It's not that bad. I was a bit worried for a second, like, oh no, but actually, nah, it's not that bad. And now we've got so many units I need to shift up. Here. What sort of guns do we have? They're all chargers. Hold Horseshoe Ridge. Don't know where Horseshoe Ridge is. Forgot these guys were still lurking in the undergrowth. That's an awful lot of troops. All right, what are you doing to it? What are you doing to fix it? The old YouTube channel? Oh, fair one. Yeah, I make playlists for each game. It makes things a bit easier. Yeah, it's a lot of live streams. A lot of live streams, bro. This is a problem. How many do you have? I feel like a couple of hundred. Ugh. Stop running from my positions. More of them. They're everywhere. These bastards are everywhere. $92. Jesus, that's a lot of live stream. Yeah, I need to push this now to win. So good luck. That's all I can say. Might be a draw. Might be a draw. Unless I suicide charge. Oh, okay. That'll be interesting. Do you get a lot more viewers on YouTube, or is it sort of 50-50? This is a disaster. Didn't expect the Confederates to be this strong this late into the campaign. Yeah, I reckon so. I mean, I reckon if you really went into the YouTube market, it would expand a lot quicker than what most of them do, you know. We aren't going to win this. We're too badly smashed up. Unless I can get these guys to flank round. But that's going to take too long. It's going to take far too long. Yeah. Well, it's up to you. I find that I get more viewers on YouTube, but that's my videos, not my actual streams. Because of course I don't stream on YouTube. Yeah, this is starting to look like a disaster. I think we have to aim for the draw now. I don't think I'm ever going to switch to this YouTube. I think I'm just going to always go back and forth. If I'm honest. I like streaming. It means I can play games I normally wouldn't, like Sprocket. Sprocket wouldn't do very well on YouTube. Its entire front's collapsed. Unless I can do some absolute meme magic here and get all these troops to come round behind them. This is Zoga. Jesus. Not looking good. Not looking good in the slightest. If I do some sneaky beaky stuff, I think I can. I'm gonna do some ghost capping. Like, this is a complete mess. I've lost so many troops there. But we're gonna ghost cap. So hey-oh, it all works out. And that's a victory. So that would have been a draw, but because I had one guy left in the rail, I was able to get a ghost cap. But yeah, Chickamauga is an awful battle, where it's just nothing but pure YOLO yeeting and madness. Still, that is what you tend to expect from Chickamauga. This is what you tend to expect from Chickamauga. Complete devastation. And that was complete devastation as well. I've got cores that are simply just so battered, it's insane.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna spend some money to get 8,000 more recruits.
Yes, sir.
But it's my fault. It's been a while since I've played it, so I should have been a bit more cautious against the rebels, and I shouldn't have pushed as soon as I did. No, give it a go. See how it goes. Worst case scenario, just go back to Twitch. You know, no harm trying. Alright, we're gonna go back down to 3 cores. I mean, don't you do both already? I'm pretty sure you do both already, but hey ho. I mean,
Yes, sir.
I suppose you could interact more with the YouTube chat. I don't see what the issue is. This like streaming on both at the same time.
Yes, sir.
But these guys didn't take too many casualties.
Yes, sir.
In fact, these guys did rather well. Fair one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see. So you end up using... Yeah, I see why you would only stream on one then. That makes sense. That makes sense. Especially if your Wi-Fi is playing up. Yeah, because of course you've got to use double the bandwidth to stream on 2 places at once. Well, I don't even know how to go onto live streams on YouTube, if I'm honest. That's why I keep away from YouTube streaming, because I don't even know how to watch streams myself. So, of course, I always thought that meant it had a rather low level of viewership. And now it's a case of rebuilding what's left. Yeah, that sounds good. Good, also sounds good. Yeah. Because I don't even know where you find live streams. Because I think the problem with YouTube is there's so much stuff on there. It can be quite difficult to be found. Whereas, of course, you can be found quite easily by genre or by name of game on this. So this was a disastrous battle. Let's not pretend it wasn't.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Fair Wandle. No worries. Sounds good. Sounds good. Show me the money, buddy. Lorenz's, no, no, yes. And then the rest is built. Okay. So we didn't do too badly in terms of cannons or in terms of... well, it could have been worse. Let's just say it could have been worse. In that battle, we could actually replace our troops, whereas as Confederates, with the amount of casualties you get, you can't actually replace the troops, which is the bad part about that battle. But yeah, Chickamauga is always the worst. It is just a complete slaughter. And here we are. So we've lost a battle of Chickamauga. Oh no, they've lost a battle. So this is their intel report. They've got about 118k men. We're moving on to Cold Harbour. Yeah, this is the campaign. The dynamic campaign. Dynamic, quote unquote. But first we have to do the skirmishes, so we do Brock Road. Armies participating in a major offensive at the area known as the Wilderness. Elements of our army are seeking to engage with Lee's isolated force of AP Hill's Corps at the intersection of Orange Plank Road and Brock Road. You can spare 1.5 corps for the assault, and it's expected that you will outnumber your enemy. Move your troops carefully through the forest and dislodge AP Hill from his position. So we're almost back to square one with the level of casualties we took on the previous battle. But fingers crossed we'll be able to overcome it. So this is just another jolly case of frontal assaults. Frontal assaults and mad attacks. And this is what we'll be seeing from most of the campaign now, which is great. I don't particularly like the last part of the Union campaign. It's a bit of a slog. No, I think this campaign's better if you want a more arcadey, casual Civil War game or strategy game. Grand Tactician has a much more in-depth approach to the game, to the Civil War, and in-depth approach to managing your overall army supply and your actual faction. This is just good for battles and just fighting battle after battle. But when it actually comes to anything more complex than that, it's pretty lacking. Well, it's got more like Vicky elements to it, if I'm honest, like, you know, the simulated economy, the subsidy elements, the impact the war has on national war weariness and things like that. But yeah, I suppose it can be played as a total war game if you fiddle with the settings enough. I like Grand Attack. This is more of a casual Civil War game where you think more fast, things like that. Yeah, like research and recruiting. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right, Dor, you're right. It has all those sort of things. Oh god, I gotta retreat now, do I? It's been a trick, a ruse, a lie. Stop moving. Reinforcements have arrived, so we need to come back. Yeah, I think it does have. Yeah, I like the research elements, things like that. Yeah, it is really a slightly more complex Total War game with worse graphics. Well, a much more complex Total War game. Total War games are not particularly complex. Build economy building. Make money, build more units. And then later Total Wars, build food and public order buildings. Build more units, take over the world. Diplomacy, trade deal, improve relations, stabbing back. Rinse, repeat. Yeah, even like when I add new mechanics to like the Warhammer, it's not. They're very shallow mechanics. And the combat I feel is much more dumbed down, and it's too quick. And it's just not visceral. It feels like plastic, like they're sliding over each other, the units. Whereas like the older Total Wars, even like Napoleon, they felt gritty. Which they sadly do not anymore. These troops can move over here. These troops can move over here. You got so many troops, I'm not too worried about this. Yeah, one hero versus 20 minutes. I mean, that started with Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Well, actually it started with Warhammer, but then it went on steroids with Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And then it just got silly. Then it just got silly. Yeah, it's not good, and then the unit variety starts collapsing, and I felt like even though Warhammer has a lot more unit variety, I felt that the interaction between units was not very good. Like, you either had an elite swordsman and that beat standard pleb swordsman. Like, it's just it felt very rock, paper, scissors here. Like, do A, do B, do C. Like, rock, piece, paper, etc, etc. And the range combat, Warhammer is just dominated by range combat. In a lot of the factions. Like, pretty much from older elves to just range combat. I don't like Warhammer. I used to like Warhammer, but I don't like it anymore. Too many units are a flavour of ranged combat. I'm getting a bit tired of the constant charges by the Union, by the Confederacy. Wearing me down. This is, at the late game becomes a bit silly like this. Because there's not much I can do about this. I can try flanking it out, but because of the numbers, I do need to reinforce these positions. And so all you do is you push forward, they push you off of a charge, then you push forward again and they get routed. You just keep on going back and forward. These guys are getting ripped apart. Run away. And because you got so much unit shuffle, you got to micro to hell. If you don't micro to hell, then they'll start walking in front of your troops. That's not nice. I see that guy just like walk in front of your troops. No worries, Dawn. Have a good one and enjoy yourself. Good luck with the YouTube. And is that a victory? I believe that's a victory. Yep, we can finish this. And that's another 16,000 troops. This is where we start doing rather well. So we're almost on the final push to finish this.
Yes, sir.
And finish this bad boy. I do suffer. I just sound very pessimistic about this game, but I do suffer game burnout rather severely. So once we get to the end stage where the challenge is more, how do I put it? Tedious. That's when I really do suffer from the big old burnout. Like, sure, I could go one speed and just like micro my way through this, but I don't need to. You saw I was getting victories, and I'm maintaining my army size. There's literally no need for me to do this. And plus, the Confederate army will be getting weaker and weaker, and my army will be fine. Good, 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 good. And that means we've got 7,100 boys to go. Which we can add to our 5th corps, because that's how ridiculous it's got. We now have a 5th corps. I'm just going to make these infantry. Might just give them farmers, if I'm honest. There we are. We'll add these to reconnaissance.
Yes, sir.
Everyone good? Yes, 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 yes. Oh, wait, one guy here. There we go. And everyone's good there. And then we move on to Muleshoe. Oh, God. Not Muleshoe. Ah. After the bloody hell of the wilderness, our army was ordered to move south and seize the important crossroads at Spotsylvania Courthouse. Lee deployed the rebel army in an extended line of earthworks north of Spotsylvania Courthouse. From the 8th until the 11th of May, all our attacks against the rebel lines failed. Their earthworks are reinforced with timber and guarded by artillery placed in such a way to allow enfilade fire on any attacking force. We will lead our next attack on the salient. Enjoy. So this battle is effectively another brutal frontal assault. You know what we do with frontal assaults? We do the old human wave tactic. So you got to break through this wave, and you got to break through the next wave, and next wave. I don't believe this is actually the end of the battle. I believe that's a lie. I think it goes on even more, but I could be lying. So we'll get our waves ready to go. And once our waves in position, we'll begin. Okay, looks good. So first wave, let's do this. Or we just mass charge. Like so. And this is what this entire battle is about. Enjoy. Bring the cab over. And we're almost there. We've almost broken through this awful, awful map. And bring the rest of these guys up. Bring everyone up. Everyone up. And it's just the way it is. Make sure everyone's coming up. As long as we've got enough artillery, that should be enough to rout them. And that is Mushu. This is Mushu. Mushu. Just constant charges and general insanity. Do you feel it yet? Do you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Now it's a case of bringing all that artillery you've been hoarding up. Start sending the cabin. Oh, this is why you've bought so many cannons, or you've made so many cannons for this exact situation. You just need to throw so many cannons at a target that it can't push without routing. So you've gone from here all the way down into this hellhole. And there's not a lot of strategic thinking here. It's break through, get cannons in as close as possible, following behind. Once you're in a defensive position, just keep cycling the troops back and forward. And there you have it. 49,000 casualties there, 64,000. Oh no, 20,000 there, 20,000. Pretty even Stevens on the casualty front. But you get 15,000 more men back, so, you know. It's almost worth it.
Form line. Form line.
We've lost a lot of our veterancy for our main troops, but what we lack in veterancy we can make up for in the sheer excessive numbers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Form line.
And that's all our divisions prepared for that army. And now we're going to work on the next corps. Mule Shoot is not a fun battle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so we're going to have to delete some more up to 5th Corps again to pad out our troops for the 2nd Corps.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. Form line.
And that mess is finally done. And now we can focus on what's more important, our reconnaissance, I suppose so. Let's see what happens next. Now, because we've won all those battles, Cold Harbour should be a pretty big cakewalk, but of course, so far I've always been saying that, and each time I've always had a disastrous level of engagement. So I want that victory. A draw is not that bad. A defeat is rather catastrophic. We'll lose the game. But I think you can win this on the first day as the Union anyway. So left flank, right flank, 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. Oh, I haven't read it. Sorry, I haven't read the guide. Yeah, I think if I take this on day 1, I win. So let's do that. Oh, you're attacking me. Okay. Did not expect that. To get a victory, I need hold the CSA left flank, hold central breastworks, and hold New Cold Harbour. Okay. Hopefully I'll get some reinforcements soon. Because I'd like to very much counterattack. But very rarely have because I haven't been stack wiping, very rarely I've actually seen the Confederates attack on this map. Because normally I stack wipe the armies each battle. Where's my reinforcements? I really would like my reinforcements. We're going to hold a bit longer. There's no need to attack us yet. Okay, now let's see if we can be sneaky. Which I believe I can't be, but hey ho. I send everyone in to save the day. What a shame. And this is where I think what remains of the Confederate army just breaks itself on the back of the Union. Oh, clever boy, you're taking defensive positions. Damn, I thought I had that. Oh well. So we are continuing to shift our army towards Old Cold Harbour. The Confederates are responding by reinforcing and entrenching their right flank near New Cold Harbour crossroads. Our formation is overstretched and fragile at Shady Grove Road. The rebels know that, and they seem ready to mobilise for an attack. We must delay them until reinforcements arrive, then we shall fortify behind Shady Grove. Okay. they going to attack or are they going to chill? There's a lot of cannons there, but not a lot of infantry, so I'm going to move that around. Yeah, they're going in for an attack. Holy crap, you pushed me off. There's my reinforcements. That was proceeding to next day immediately, okay. Our right flank has been stabilized. Now we are ready to initiate a full attack on their right flank. Okay. Preparing to attack. So I am just going to charge, I guess. This is going to be defending up north because I don't really want to push on this flank. So this is Walnut Grove, Old Cold Harbour. Capture central breastworks. See if I can capture those central breastworks. No running. Stop running. Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Roger, just charge. They're committed now. But there are weak numbers in some of these areas, so I think we'll be alright. It's working? Is it not working? Well, that's been broken, so I'm going to count that as a success. You're going to go here just in case those routers screw me up. And I'm going to start turning the flank. Yeah, this is working. Let's push further on to make sure they don't begin harassing our rear. Let's keep going. Yeah, I have a feeling that guy would try something silly like that. That should lead to this point being captured, and then we'll be able to push them off to the next point. Now we've kept a couple of troops here just to hold there, that's fine. I'm going to move these cannons up, although it's going to take them some time. These routers are going to go and hold these objectives in case we get any ghost caps, and so are these guys as well. Tell these guys to halt because they're going to get flanked. These are speed of straw, that's Vegas competitors back. Normally they're just a husk at this stage, but because of no disintegrations, they really are putting up quite a bit of a fight. But now it looks like they're no longer at 2,000 strength anymore. So finally looks like I'm on my way to win. Right, at 900 can go back over here. Do I have any small spare troops I can send up? Yeah, send these guys up. I wouldn't be surprised if they've abandoned that position. I can move these guys into do a sneaky cap. No, sadly not. Can't really keep fucking about here, we've got to keep pushing. Fine, we're in the objective. And there's a victory. I believe that was quite a lucky one. 18,000 to their 10,000. What was the goals? So there's a lot of complex ways you can win this. But at least one fulfilled. Hold the CSA left or hold Old Church Road. So I don't believe we got that one. I don't know how many days of Cold Harbour is, but primarily there's a lot of ways to win it. I believe we won it by doing this scenario where we just pushed the centre and took all the objectives, which we just about did. Still, this should hopefully break the back of the Confederacy. Because now we have to take Richmond. Well, most of our forces are fighting with Lee around Richmond. A Confederate corps under the command of General Jubal Early is approaching Washington. Early is moving through the Shenandoah Valley into Maryland, advancing to take Washington from the north. A defensive barrier is Fort Stevens, and the small garrisons assigned to defend our capital. Washington's garrisons consist mostly of green troops, half-trained militias, and worn-out veterans. Do not stop crack Confederate troops. It's urgent that you send a corps immediately to stop what's going on. So let's run. This shouldn't be too bad a battle. Normally I don't think we've had that bad an experience in this battle. That was a lot of troops there. Oh, now I've got a balance of power on the top because I've got reconnaissance fire. That's nice. And let's run these boys down around. Unfortunate, but hopefully not too bad. Yeah, thank God. And there's that flank behind us. But thankfully we finally got reinforcements. We'll send a core over here just in case. Say the cow being silly. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we should be good. It should be pretty stabilized now. And we've got the reserve troops inside in case they do try and push us off. Let's send those boys up to the centre. And send these boys up to the left. And the cannons can go in the centre. This is hopefully the only time you'll see the attack on Washington. As the Union. But these troops should be falling apart now. Hopefully this is the death note for the Confederacy. They won't be able to send any more troops up. The balance of power is finally stacked. Oh, stacked in our favour. And our final reinforcements are here. but we are comfortable. As long as we don't lose the fort. The only way this battle can turn into an absolute nightmare is if we lose the fort. Because then they can just garrison it down with their thousands of troops, and with whatever troops you've got left, it's going to be an absolute nightmare to retake. Although it's a very strong fort, it's an absolute nightmare to take as a Confederates. Because as a Confederacy, you'll have to take Washington and then defend Washington in 2 separate battles with up to 120,000 Union troops, like, per battle. There you go. The very rare occasion where I'll zoom in to the battle. And it's over. We finish this battle with exceptionally low casualties. With a Medal of Honor, a load of cash, and a load of troops, allowing us to prepare for what will be the final push. With all that money, we really don't have to worry about our equipment anymore. We can focus on making sure our troops are as elite as possible.
Sir, yes, sir! Sir, yes, sir!
And even then, we didn't really take a lot of casualties at Cold Harbour. I feel like the Confederate veterancy and their numbers are now rather diminishing.
Yes, sir.
Of course, at the start of Cold Harbour, they had like 2,000 men. I was like, Jesus, they're still not breaking yet. Their numbers are still very high. But now
Yes,
that at the second stage of Cold Harbour, when I was breaking through and I saw there was like a 900 size brigade,
Yes, sir!
I knew that we
Yes,
were
sir.
on to a winning streak. There we have it. This guy's ready to go. Moving on to the next batch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wish there was an autofill option.
Yes, sir.
Oh, 96,000 men already. Oh well, $36,000 already. That's alright, we've got 19,000 blokes left, so we can, of course, spend them as we see fit. And there we have it. Let's buff our reconnaissance a few more times
Sir, yes, sir!
and save the game. So we have the Battle of Richmond and Harrison's Creek. Now Harrison's Creek is another grind. It's a big grindy battle, but Richmond is the final battle we have to fight before we win the campaign, and hopefully the Confederacy will be very weak at the stage compared to my army, which is about 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, about 120,000 strong. And hopefully will only get bigger as the campaign progresses. Well, after this battle. So this is why it's a complete nightmare. You got to break through here, then break through there. So General Butler, commander of the Union Army of the James, became aware of the Confederate troops that had been moving north to reinforce Lee in the Battle of Cold Harbour, leaving the defences of Petersburg vulnerable. Petersburg is currently the most important supply centre for Lee's army and the Confederates' capital. So Butler took advantage of the situation and moved to besiege the town. As Butler forces blockading the town, two good corps are needed to storm its eastern defences. Petersburg is captured and Richmond will be cut off and will be able to deliver the final strike to the rebels' capital and end this bloody war. Enjoy. So you got to break through here, then it opens up some more, and you got to push forward even more. It is a awful, disgusting engagement. Hopefully they're not too strong. If they're quite strong, then we're going to struggle. They're pretty weak at this stage. We can punch through. Let's do this. Oh god, they're not weak. They're not weak in the slightest, so we're just going to have to charge. First wave. And then the second wave. Yay, Cav. That's what we wanted, Cav and skirmishers. And let's begin our push on this sector. of which we've just about managed to break through as well. Wonder how you guys have got such good range. You're doing a lot of damage to me. That's alright, we've broken through there as well, so it doesn't matter. Good, those guys retreated. Let's move forward and take that position. Move forward and take that position. Get all the boys up for the final push. Right, cavalry can do as it pleases. More reinforcements, yay! Ever more reinforcements. Okay, pushing here, let's clear this out. Any more reserve troops I can send to the Meatgrinder? Not really. Not really. There we go. Sometimes I forget to bring up the cannons, but it's not the end of the world. Once you're in a somewhat healthy position, it doesn't matter. It's just getting for that initial breakthrough. What you don't want is a repeating cycle of constantly being repulsed, because your first attack is going to be, by definition, the most effective, because you're going to have the largest manpower, best morale, most amount of troops that can take the morale shocks. So really, the teeth-clenching moments is the initial attack. If you can't break through an initial attack, then you're going to start being worried. And that's a victory. Not as bad as Muleshoe, but still, it's one of those battles. 8,000 casualties to be expected with those sort of engagements. And the goal was to take all the objectives. But at this stage, the game is just throwing money at you as the Union. You are in a position of almost complete strength.
Yes, sir. Form line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I need to learn how to use hotkeys. Or how to code hotkeys. Not bad. But I have spent an awful lot of money, so any further recruitment is going to be regular troops. And we'll add some more to reconnaissance, why not? Add the cannon fodder for the final battle. And then why not use some money to add even more troops? Because I would run out of money myself. Rebuild farmers, why not? What have I got stashed in the armory? Palmettos. Cost too much money, I've got to sell some stuff. So this is the first time you see me selling stuff. So we go to skirmishes, sell all this garbage because we don't need it. Oh, I've got to go this side. Sell all this garbage because I don't need it. Oh, I don't use skirmishes. And then let's go back.
Yes, sir.
Damn it, run out of rebuild farmers. Mississippi's? No. Why not? Now we have it. The final push with 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150,000 troops. A bit OP, I would say. For the final final push for Washington. We have endured 4 years of continuous fighting with the rebels, but we can now bring a sudden end to the war by capturing the capital of the Confederacy. Fortunately, attempting a siege will surely add another year of the war, a year we do not have. The Confederates are close to receiving help from Europe that would surely prolong the war, making the population discontent as their sons continue to die in the field, weakening our ability to win the war. Have an immediate assault upon Richmond would end the war in days, not months. The plan is simple. As the bulk of our army pins the rebels north of Richmond, we are going to quickly shift 2 corps to the east of Richmond and storm the lightly defended trenches there. Be swift. When the Confederates realise your intentions, they will shift their own army to mirror your movements. Godspeed, General. We need victory this day. So, because we won, he did not defeat the enemy at the bottom of Atlanta. I didn't. I thought I did. Okay. So you defeated an enemy at the Siege of Petersburg, so that's minus 10 enemy morale and minus 5 army size. That looks like they're still going to have pretty good weapons. Let's start this and finish this fellow off. Once and for all, finish off this campaign.